Hi, this is Roni, and welcome to How to Kill a Kit with Style for September. I'm going to be scrapbooking that picture right there. It's my granddaughter, and her older sister is the one who took the picture. They were in children's church, and her older sister helps out in there, and she's seen her listening to the teacher and was so intense on listening that she wanted to take a picture of it because she thought it was so cute. So she did. And I'm glad because I really like it. It might be a little blurry, not the perfect picture, but it caught the moment, and that's what's important. And I want to make sure I document it by making a scrapbook page for it. And I've got that cut file there, and it was in my kit this month. It came from the Secret Not Secret Kit Club. Christina knew I needed it, so yeah, I'm going to be backing this cut file. And really, this is the first cut file that I have ever backed. The other one was a remote, and so it wasn't quite the same. It was more like paper piecing to me. And this one's more like backing the cut file like I've seen everybody do. And I'm going to be backing it with that pink paper there. It came in a package, and it wasn't in a pad. It was a package, and I'm thinking however many sheets are right there, that's all that was ever in there. I don't remember ever using anything out of it. And I thought I've had that probably 6-7 years. Well, maybe longer, because I think it was like 2011 when I got it, when I first got on YouTube. And I've just never had reason to use it. So I was looking in my little tote that holds all the 6x6, which isn't very big, and I happened to notice that in there when I was looking at the actual pads, and I thought I could use that, and that's what I'm doing. So I didn't have to break into a 6x6 pad, which I do have a few that's never been open, and I'm just using this pad that I think there might be 8 different pages on here, and I think it might have came from Michael's or something like that. I'm not 100% sure. It's been so long ago. But, yeah, I'm just cutting out taking my pencil and going around the outside. Then I'm cutting inside the pencil line and gluing it down. And I am going to make 3 shaker cards. And there it's done with the 3 shakers. Well, cards, hearts, 3 shaker hearts. I've got one with clear acetate where I backed it with the pink paper, and then I've got 2 with vellum, and yeah, that's it. There was nothing fancy about the shakers on them. I did add some foam tape that I just cut really narrow and went around the edge. And so it's not very deep even, so it's not going to make much difference when I go to glue this down, because I am going to use liquid glue on all of it. I'm not going to pop anything up on dimensional tape or anything. I'm just going to glue it straight down because of the fact that my shakers aren't very deep at all to start with. And I tried using that bigger doily, and you just couldn't see very much of it. And so I thought maybe I'll try to use smaller ones. And so these are the 4-inch ones. And I thought, well, if I put them around the page, it might look all right. And I do like that. It would have been nice if I had like a 12-inch doily. I know they make them. These are Cambridge doilies, I believe they're called. And so they're a little fancier in some. I do have one big doily that's not very fancy at all, and I don't care a whole lot for it, but I think I had like 3 or 4 that was gifted to me once, and it's really plain Jane. And when she gave them to me, she said, these are kind of plain Jane. She said, but they were from actual cakes that it was her sister-in-law did cakes, and she gave her a few, and she shared them with me. She said, they're not great, but at least they're doilies, and you might use them for something. Well, I have, and I only have one left, and I'll probably end up using it sooner or later. But I like the intricate cuts on these. And so I'd like to have some bigger ones with the intricate cuts, but yeah, today I just decided to use 4 of the smaller 4-inch ones instead, so I could have the pretty intricate cutting. And if you look on that yellow one to the left, the heart to the left, when I place that one, and you'll see when I go to glue it down, it's going to be scooched down just a little bit more because I want it to go to the edge of the heart at least, but I also want the intricate part to show behind the vellum. I didn't want the plain flat part behind there. And I start putting this down, and then I decide to put glue on my photo. And right in the middle of me putting the glue on the photo, I decide, well, maybe I ought to go ahead and put the rest of the hearts and doilies down where they're stuck. And so I will stop doing the photo, but I'll throw more glue on there, which you don't need it. But yeah, I'm just going to put wet glue and hold it down a second just so it sticks a little bit, and go on to the next one. And here I'm arranging that doily so it'll be exactly how I want it there. Because, you know, even though it's just kind of tossed here and there, you do want them a certain way, and that's what I'm doing. And I'm holding that a second just to make sure it stays. And you can see the vellum on there, and you can see the sequins in there, and there is no backing on that one. It's just vellum on the back. And I do have one up there, the third one down from it. It looks like it's a shaker, but really it's not. I've actually glued those pieces down to the paper behind it and just layered paper, but it's not actual shaker. But the yellow one is. And the pink one in the upper right hand corner is. And then that heart that is in the upper left hand corner, the larger one, it does say love behind it where I've layered it, but it's not actually a shaker card either. And I'm going to tuck this at an angle because she is looking up at the teacher and listening to the teacher intently. She likes learning. My son called me the other day and let her talk. And he told her, he says, sing the ABC song for her. And she says, nope, I'm going to sing Twinkle Twinkle. So she sang Twinkle Twinkle. And then he tried to get her to do it again. She says, nope, I'm singing Deep and Wide. And so she sang that, and he tried to get her to sing ABC again. And she said, nope, I'm singing BINGO. And she started singing it, and he laughed. He says, well, I didn't even know she knew that one. But she never did sing the ABC one until she came over the next day and sang it in person in front of me. So I do have a photo of that, and I will be scrapbooking it later. But I'll probably tell the story about the telephone call on the layout, because I thought that was funny that she just would not sing it. She was singing every song she knew but it. Probably just because he wanted her to do it. And I used the title from the Pink Fresh, that phrase and title, I don't know, I guess you call it. But I put it in my kit because I've had it a few years. Well, 2017, I looked on there. And I've got 2 of them actually. And I have not used but one in all this time. So I put it in my kit this month, and this makes the second one I use this month. I am so thrilled. I hated that I loved them so much, and I still do. I just usually end up wanting longer titles and don't use them, but since I invested in them and I do like them, I wanted to put them on some pages this month. Hopefully I'll get at least one more on there. But it says, you lift my heart up, and you know, it's hearts all over this. And no, that wasn't intentional. I already had it on there before I realized that it says you lift my heart up, and I had hearts all over the place. But yeah, it's really pretty. I think it goes really well with it. It's dark pink. At first glance you might think it's red, but once I laid it down with all this pink, you know, it looked pink. It just looked dark pink. It didn't look red at all. And I am sprinkling stars on there now. I have sprinkled the sequins, which were Felicity Jane and Cat Scrappiness, and I think those were Pocket Full of Sunshine. And then I wanted some teal on there, and so I reached in that little container there and got hearts out. I got stars out because I thought this had enough hearts. I didn't need any more, and so I'm sprinkling the stars around there. And I am gone right now. I didn't realize I was going to be gone so long, but I cleaned off my end of my glue bottle. It was squirting out just a little bit too much glue and got it kind of clogged up at the end, and I just cleaned it off. And I am going through and just putting the last of them down, and that'll be the end of my layout. And that pick comes really handy when you're doing these little teeny tiny sequins, because you can put a little bit of glue on the end of that pick and it'll pick it up and put it in the right place, and you can't even tell that glue was ever there. But that's my layout, and if you look below, you will see all kinds of names and links to other ladies that are sharing their kit this month. And here are the close-ups, and you can see that one is not a shaker card. I just have the love underneath it. That one is a shaker card. Like I said, there are 3 shaker cards, but then there are some with just different things underneath the vellum. And again, everybody's names below that are sharing their kits this month. And if you leave a comment, I'll be sure to respond, because I love the interaction of the comment section on YouTube and getting to know everybody else that loves scrapbooking like I do. And if you hit a thumbs up, I'd appreciate it. And if you're not subscribed to my channel, I'd love to have you subscribe. Anyway, thank you all so very much for watching, and have a happy scrappy week. Bye.